Tuli nambaka Francis Zaake era nga bwetwogera kati olunaku olwaleero omukulu Francis Zaake ate alabika nga y'ensonga tagivangako era abo abalowooza nti Zaake yabivaako ab'omutu abawulira nga boogera ebigambo nti omubaka Francis Zaake bwe yali mu katemba munnange kale bw'aba yali mu katemba nga yagenda okuyisaawo ekyo kye yali alwanirira ekyatuusa okumukuba nagaane ku kitanda mudala ensambya kagende maaso n'okola katemba oyo gwe yaliko. Manyi abantu amu bo boogera bwogezi tebafaayo nti oba kiki ekigenda mu maaso, bo boogera bwogezi banyumirwe emboozi bakole content bafune likes bafune views ne batamanya lwaki omuntu yeewaayo oba ne batasooka kwekenneenya nti kintu kino kyavaawa kyava kuki ani yakitandika ye lwaki kyagenda mu maaso. Naye munnange olw'okuba abamu baagala zi views baagala obalaba baagala obamanya bo bamala googera bye bawulira baagala kwogera. Naye omubaka Francis Zaake ebyo byonna abitadde ku bbali ayimanyi kyayagala era agenda kukirwanirira. Tweyanza nnyo omukulu Francis Zaake for solidarity. Mufuna solidarity Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Babwani gwatuteekamu ate gwe twagalira ddala bonna abalowooza mbu oli mu katemba bw'oli mu kuzannyamu bw'era gw'oli kazannyirizi baleke bakuyite kazannyirizi kasitaffe ekituufu abali eno ababiraba n'ababigolobera tusiima.
You wanted to compliment
I am
on
sorry,
what?
Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker and members, we are concerned with the continuing human rights violations by the NRM government. This must stop. We demand for an explanation from government, Madam Speaker. This parliament should also demand for an explanation from Kenya, whether it still subscribes to the East African Community Brotherhood. The ministers of internal affairs, who heads immigration, foreign affairs and defense, Madam Speaker, must be made to explain to this parliament this incident and to the country. Madam Speaker, I thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Government.
Right Honourable Speaker,
You'll come. Let him first respond.
I am alive to the fact that the issue substantially raised by Honourable Semujunganda is a matter before a court established through an act of parliament, the UPDF Act. What I can confirm on behalf of government is what is already in the public domain, that Colonel retired Dr. Kiza Besigye was arrested, produced in court, charged, and remanded to Luzira prisons, and he will be availed back to court on the 2nd of December 2024. On the call for condemnation, I wish to persuade my honorable colleague that that may be too early, because the matter before court will be a subject of evidence, a subject of prosecution, and the outcome definitely will be known. It may be too early for us to condemn. But what I can also advise is that, honorable colleagues, let us accept to always play within the rules. Honorable Semuju and myself, we are sportsmen. We always play within the rules. At times, you invite the referee to warn you verbally. At times, you are given a yellow card. But if you are an habitual offender, you are red carded. So let us advise fellow countrymen and women to always play within the rules. Because the question is, just like Balotelli scored against Manchester United and he pulled a t-shirt written on, why always me scoring against Manchester United? Why always you and not me and not her? Why always you? That must be a fundamental question. I beg to submit.
Yes, Council. Not the junior council, the senior.
Right, Honourable Speaker, I want to thank you. I have listened to the response of the government chief whip, and we are all aware that this is a matter before court. There are, however, two fundamental issues that government should make a statement on, clarify, and that relates to our relationship with Kenya, especially in light of the fact that we have an extradition treaty with that country. How safe are Ugandans? Now, that is outside the purview of sub judice, if we really want to hide under that. Number two, there is the element of...
Honorable Basalira, government will make a statement without going to the merits of the case. Okay? Government will make a statement. You should come with a statement without going into the merits of the case.
I thank you for that, because I didn't hear the government chief whip undertake to make a statement. But as they come, they must also, Right Honourable Speaker, comment on the apparent illegalities of people or a supposed criminal, as you want to proscribe him, or suspect, being brought back into the country and does not undergo the due immigration processes. To wit, having their documents stamped by immigration officers, because that in itself is criminal under our laws. So those are things you must really comment on for purposes of assuring the country that whatever happened was undertaken in total observance and adherence to the immigration laws and other laws as they exist in our region. I thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you. The Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Minister of Defense will bring a statement to that effect. Let's not discuss what is before court. Let's not discuss that. In the VIP gallery this afternoon, we have Honorable Ambassador William Chinobe. Chinobe, a former member of Parliament of Katkamu North, is Chinobe James, accompanied by his spouse, Mrs. Mary Chinobe. They are here to witness the swearing in of Honorable Grace Akifesa. You're most welcome. And thank you for coming. Yes.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I've lived for a while in this country. I saw recently...
the minister bringing a statement is not actually defense, internal affairs and foreign. Yes?
Not so long ago, Right Honourable Speaker, we had a case of a one Jamil Mukuru who was arrested in Tanzania for terrorism, and the due process was followed for him to be brought back to face trial in the country. Right Honourable Speaker, just not so long ago, we had a big problem in this country with our neighbors Rwanda, where the top police officers were arrested and court-martialed for allegedly participating in the abduction of Rwandans who were in Uganda. Right Honourable Speaker, that should form the framework for today's discussion. Right Honourable Speaker, how have we degenerated to that as a country? I don't know what is happening to those manning the security of this country. Why is the things that we thought would not happen, we are now forming the headlines on BBC, on international media?
Search, eh?
Yes, yes.
Search. Search. Honorable Search. I thought we had made a ruling on that to wait for the report and then we discuss the report.
Most obliged, right, Honourable Speaker. But there are those that attack the innocent conscience of Ugandans that may not wait. If the government was proactive, they would even have demanded to be placed on the order paper, but they have not. And once they keep quiet, we have no any other option but to put it to government. And those manning our security
That's why
circles,
we have put it to government to bring an explanation to that effect.
yes, but to show that even this side, we are not complicit with what happens. That abuse of the due process, right, Honourable Speaker and members, should cut across the entire parliament.
Thank you.
We can't see what
Mama
is happening,
Mabera.
is going
Mama
back
Mabera.
to what happened in the 80s. And
Yes.
the ministers, you can't see it when this is happening.
There's
Okay, then come and tell the country.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. You have already guided on the matter that the government comes up with a statement without touching on matters of sub judice. So I think we can have a debate when that statement comes. But why I rose was clarified because the Honourable Semu Junganda, yes, he is, made an assertion that I was abducted by government. And that's because I stole body parts. I just wanted to clarify for the record that in the 9th Parliament, our colleague, the Honourable Serena Nevanda, died. May her soul continue to rest in peace. And I was a parliamentary commissioner then. And the parliamentary commission and the family and police, we had a tripartite arrangement in establishing the cause of death. But in the process, the state saw that some of the steps we took, especially to send samples outside the country, which is a normal practice within the medical profession, the state thought that it was irregular and unlawful. And indeed, I was arrested. Yes, arrested together with other colleagues. We appeared in the court for 9 months, and the court ruled that we had no case to answer. The Honourable Katuntu was my lawyer. So I just wanted to clarify.
Actually, Brenda was your surety.
Well, surety, yes. So I just wanted to clarify that I was not abducted, but I was arrested and I didn't steal. I didn't steal. And I told the state then that I'm a medical professional and I knew what I was doing was correct. But I went through the due process of court and I was declared innocent.
Thank you.
And therefore, the Honourable Semuju, from now onwards, just know, I have no regrets, I'm not angry, I'm not annoyed, but I follow the due process of the law. So, like the Chief Whip has said, we all talk of respect for the rule of law. Since our senior brother, Dr. Besije, has been produced in the court, let's leave the process to take its course without Parliament injuring that process. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right Honourable Speaker, it's good you have ruled that government should come with a comprehensive statement on this matter. I want to suggest an addition in that statement. Right Honourable Speaker, the Foreign Affairs Principal Secretary of Kenya, Mr. Songei Korir, at a press conference said Kenya had no involvement whatsoever in the arrest of Dr. Kizza Besigye. Government should explain to us how then it went to Kenya without the authorization of Kenya and picked up Dr. Kizza Besigye. Because the Foreign Affairs Principal Secretary mentioned that. I think it will be important for that explanation to come through. Because Uganda can't keep going wherever and picking people. But also, finally, Right Honourable Speaker, I think you need to guide government on when they should bring this statement. Otherwise, they might take donkey's years conveniently and not bring that statement.
I have asked the Minister of Internal Affairs to bring the report and Foreign Affairs, but as of As of yesterday, I got a letter from Honorable Muhose saying it's going to be out up to Friday. So can we have the statement on Tuesday? Can we have the statement on Tuesday on the floor? Is that
Madam
okay?
Speaker, did I hear you right when you said Muhoozi, who is the state minister? There is a senior minister called Saverino Kaindo Tafiri.
Can I hear from government? Maybe government is even ready to bring it tomorrow. Government, when are you bringing the statement?
Right Honorable Speaker, your guidance is already on record. Permit us to bring the statement without injuring the substantive matter in court on Tuesday next week.
Next item. Yes, procedure.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I love the fact that my brother, the government chief whip, talks of playing by the rules, which is really a very good thing. I hope he's not rendering lip service to it. Right Honorable Speaker, in the House plenary, during the third session of the second meeting, particularly on Tuesday, 5th December 2023, the House debated and considered matters relating to a response by the then leader of the opposition on the subject matter of alleged enforced disappearance of persons. And from that debate, the House took 4 resolutions, Right Honourable Speaker, to wit, that the House Committee on Human Rights and Defense, with that of Defense and Internal Affairs, investigates the violation of human rights in the various fishing communities across the country and report to the House. 2, that the Land Attorney General reports to the House in 30 days then on the listed political prisoners and their continued detention without trial. 3, that the Minister of Internal Affairs reports to Parliament on the progress of reported fresh investigations on the missing 18 persons, Right Honourable Speaker. And 4, that the Human Rights Commission will reinvestigate the matter of missing persons. Right Honourable Speaker, 2 issues from my procedure matter. 1, that on issue 2, the government, by prerogative of the President, released some political prisoners. I will not go into the nature of conditions thereof, because as a lawyer, that is a new precedent in our jurisprudence. But 3, the Minister of Internal Affairs was supposed to make a report because they committed that they are investigating the 18 missing persons. It is 26th December 2024, Right Honourable Speaker. There's no report on the missing persons. Sorry, November, Right Honourable Speaker, I beg your pardon. There's no report. But the persons are still missing, Right Honourable Speaker. The denial was debunked because I provided evidence of the existence and the abduction, Right Honourable Speaker. May we get your guidance where the government vacated their former position and they are no longer the government, that we can seek answers from another entity, Right Honourable Speaker.
Government.
Right Honourable Speaker, we need to cross-check the records, first of all, to affirm the decision of the House. And if we come to the conclusion that there are those areas where we have not responded, we will call upon the respective sector ministers to respond. But I remember vividly this subject matter being debated time and again, and to the best of my knowledge, we almost came to a conclusive end of this subject matter. But we shall look at the record. If the 4 decisions were the decisions of the House. I am happy that under 2 and 3, you are saying some action has been taken. We must also applaud His Excellency the President, because upon conviction, he exercised the prerogative of mercy and granted the mercy to the convicts. So that is also something that we need to applaud him for that, because it is constitutional and he has exercised that right. So, Right Honorable Speaker, we will look through the record, but we deliberated on this subject matter, in my humble opinion, to its logical conclusion. Maybe if it is the House committees to report, then let them report on their findings.
Right Honourable Speaker, first of all, I was quoting the Hansard verbatim. Therefore, my honourable brother lost his record, and I'm surprised that he did not have a record of what happened. And I resisted from debating the manner of release of the former prisoners, because I don't want him to sound into matters of law and how they were convicted. But particularly on the missing 18, Right Honourable Speaker, you don't have to have a bigger memory to remember that actually they are still missing, and that there was commitment to report on their missing. Probably the minister will have to recap, and there should be a timeline in the immediacy for him to respond. It was the Minister of Internal Affairs who was supposed to report. Now that he's coming on Tuesday with a statement, Right Honourable Speaker, Right Honourable Speaker, now that he's coming on Tuesday, may it please you that you order the Minister of Internal Affairs to come with both statements. Right Honourable Speaker. This was a debate on the 5th of December, 2023. Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
Check the record and let us give the report to the House. Next item. Procedure.
Madam Speaker, while you were communicating about the 16 days of activism, I was reminded to a matter that rocked the media last week on the utterances by the President of Uganda Law Society describing the person of the DPP as with our genitalia. There are words I cannot say here for the record, not even to capture. He said, okay, he described the DPP with our genitalia and referring it to our ethnicity. He added that she is a pumpkin. Right Honourable Speaker, myself and all my colleagues from the region, from Karamoja, and all the people, and all the women. It is
not about a person from Karamoja. Every woman in this country.
Every woman has it. Right Honourable Speaker, it is important that this Parliament pronounces itself before the practice of describing women with their genitalia becomes a normal in our country. It is important that this Parliament condemns it so that the Law Council takes...
Honourable members, listen.
Right Honourable Speaker, the members are saying they did not watch the audio. And they are saying it is rumors. The President of Uganda Law Society, in describing the person of the DPP,
I don't think you'd love your children out there to hear what was said. Honourable members, Honourable Nakut, can you finish?
Right Honourable Speaker.
On a procedure?
I'm on procedure matter, and he's a senior member of the House. He knows that when someone is on a procedural matter, you don't put an order. He is a senior member. Right Honourable Speaker, let this House pronounce itself on this matter. The President of Uganda Law Society cannot be left to say anything he wishes concerning the person of the DPP or a woman in Uganda.
Honorable members, I am aware of the remarks that were said. I am aware of the remarks that were said by the president of the Law Society. The Law Society is established under the Act of Parliament. The Uganda Law Society under Cap 276, Part 4, establishes a council and prescribes its powers. This matter can be better dealt with by the council that is established under that act. However, we ought to respect each other. We ought to respect each other. The woman you are abusing today, is either your mother, your wife, your daughter, your mother-in-law. So abusing a woman's private parts that you used to come out from is very bad. On next item. And the person that you are attacking is somebody of a high caliber. Next item.
Item 4 on the order paper. Bills first reading.
Honorable members, I'll give.
Right, Honourable Speaker, I can see you have clearly opened a can of worms. I, however, wanted to remind government, not on this issue, the can of worms that's been opened. The government chief whip has come and said that the issue of political prisoners and missing persons and the like came to an end. I just wanted to remind him, not long ago, when the Honorable Balam Barugahara was sworn in, he asked for a retabling of that list. And that time I told him that list was presented to the Prime Minister, it's even in the Library of Parliament. He said, you bring again. I said, okay. He might not know how we operate. Let me get him another list. And he promised to give an update to this House. He should probably come and give an update to this House and tell us that, no, what I did was to go convince these people, just accept, and then you'll be freed. And then he should also give us an update on the likes of John Bosco Chibalama, whom the Prime Minister considered and said he was arrested by the state. So government needs to know that this matter did not end, because you promised through one of your ministers, Honorable Balam, to give an update to this House. We still want that update on the political prisoners and on the missing persons. So it has not ended, Honorable Boa. We are waiting for that update.
It will come. Next item.
Item 4 on the order paper. Bills first reading. Item 4.1, the Forensic Evidence Bill 2024.
Honorable members, I received a letter from the Minister of State for Internal Affairs, General David Mohosi, affirming that the bill will be tabled by the Government Chief Whip. Government Chief Whip, therefore, will table the bill. Can we have the bills first? Honorable